Alright everyone, it is time for our 2017 WWE Draft. And the way this is gonna work, I have like a whole bunch of names on the wheel. And basically I'm gonna spin it, and whatever name it lands on, that'll be going to whichever brand. Something I should mention, Lindsay Dorado is automatically drafted to SmackDown. And the reason for that is because SmackDown needs a Cruiserweight Championship. So, I decided to create a new championship for Monday Night Raw, if you want to call it that. Because, of course, at WrestleMania, we heard that the executives decided to go ahead and get rid of Vince McMahon anyway. So, basically, in place of Monday Night Raw, it'll be like a whole new brand, a whole new arena, a new championship for the Cruiserweights. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. So, I guess let's go ahead and get started with the draft. So, if I got this correctly, there will be exactly 10 people each on the men side of the roster that will go to each brand. So 10 to SmackDown and 10 to Impact Wrestling. So, let's get started from Raw to SmackDown. So, let's go ahead and spin this wheel. Another thing I should mention, if they are in a tag team, their tag team partner will also be drafted. So, some rosters may be really, really small. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this. So, Raw to SmackDown. Let's see who's going to SmackDown. The first one to go is Rusev. Alright, so that's the first one. Let me get rid of Rusev down here, so we don't land on him again. Hopefully that got rid of it. No, it didn't. There we go. Alright, so here's number 2 going to SmackDown. Number 2 is Enzo Amore. And of course, I've decided that if, like for example, Enzo Amore, if he gets drafted, which he did, the whole tag team will count as like one person, basically. So, it's confusing, but that's what I'm going to do. So, Enzo Amore and Big Cass are now on SmackDown. So, let's go ahead and get rid of Enzo Amore down here. Alright, and then this will be number 3. And it is Brock Lesnar. Big name going to SmackDown. So again, let's get rid of Brock Lesnar down here. Apply changes, and here we go. Number 4 is Bo Dallas. Alright. And here's number 5 going to SmackDown. It's Titus O'Neil. And, of course, Darren Young also will be drafted. So, let me get rid of... I did not get rid of Big Cass. Alright, Big Cass, Darren Young, and Titus O'Neil. There we go. Alright, now on to number 6. Going to SmackDown from Raw is Brian Kendrick. Only 4 more who will be the number 7, and it is TJ Perkins. Alright. So, at least we have some cruiserweights going to SmackDown. So, here we go. Number 8 is Inferno. Of course, we have not seen Inferno yet. Has not debuted. So, perhaps on SmackDown he will. So, only 2 more left to go from Raw to SmackDown. Let's see who we got. Number 9 is Randy Savage. And here we go. The final one from Raw to SmackDown will be the entire New Day. Alright, so let me go ahead and get rid of all of these. So there we go. Running through the people drafted from Raw to SmackDown again is Rusev, the tag team of Enzo Amore and Big Cass. We have Brock Lesnar, Bo Dallas, the primetime players Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, Inferno, Randy Savage, and the entire New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. So now, we're going to be doing from Raw to Impact Wrestling. So, here we go. Let's see who will be going to Impact Wrestling. Again, 10 people will be drafted. If it's a tag team, it will count as 1. So here we go. Going to Impact Wrestling is Sin Cara. And of course, Kalisto is part of SmackDown. So, Of course, he will not be drafted with Sin Cara. I know the Lucha Dragons are a thing in like real WWE. Well, actually they were, but anyway, let's move on to person number 2. And it is Sami Zayn. And here comes number 3. Kevin Owens. Number 4 is Samoa Joe. And here we go. Number 5 is Rey Mysterio. So there we go. Only 5 more to go. We have Fernando. And of course Diego. The team of Los Matadors. So, brand new tag team that hasn't debuted on Raw, coming to Impact Wrestling. So, here comes number 7, which is Seth Rollins. And of course, Roman Reigns will also be drafted because they were a tag team that did not debut together, known as The Shield, minus what's his name, Dean Ambrose, because Dean Ambrose was on SmackDown. So, another new tag team on Impact Wrestling. Oops, forgot to hit that. So, here comes number 8. Is Ricky Steamboat. Alright. And we only have 2 more to be drafted to Impact Wrestling. So here we go. Mark Henry. A big name for Impact Wrestling. And last but not least, number 10, which is Big Show. Alright, so running down the people going from Raw to Impact Wrestling again. Sin Cara, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Los Matadors, Fernando and Diego, The Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, Ricky Steamboat, Mark Henry, and Big Show. So we can click off of that now. Hopefully it's still recording. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to be doing SmackDown to Raw. And again, 10 people. We'll see who's first. It is the entire faction of the Sons of Chaos. Minus Diamond Dallas Page, because he is Intercontinental Champion. So let me quickly write this down. So, basically a lot of new names. Baron Corbin, Big Boss Man. We have Mike Kowalski, of course, and The Undertaker. So, I keep forgetting to hit that. Here we go, number 2 is Ultimate Warrior. And here comes number 3 being drafted to Raw. The team of Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. So here we go, number 4, which is the Usos, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. Alright, here we go. Number 5 is Fandango. And basically, Tyler Breeze says he does not want to come with Fandango. So Tyler Breeze remains on SmackDown. That is, unless he gets drafted. So, coming in at number 6 is Randy Orton. Only 4 more to go. Let's see who is left. Kane. And of course, Kane was in a tag team with The Undertaker, known as the Brothers of Destruction. And of course, that tag team basically is no more because Undertaker is part of the Sons of Chaos. Alright, and here we go. Number 8 is the entire Wyatt family. Which includes Sister Abigail. I may decide to edit out whenever I go do this. I don't know. So here we go. 2 more to go. And Carlito being drafted to Monday Night Raw from SmackDown. And last but not least, number 10, which is CM Punk. So, from SmackDown to Raw is the entire Sons of Chaos faction, minus Diamond Dallas Page, which is Michael Wowski, Undertaker, Big Boss Man, and Baron Corbin. Then we had Ultimate Warrior, the Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, the Usos, Jay and Jimmy Uso, Fandango, Randy Orton, Kane, and the entire Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Sister Abigail, then Carlito and CM Punk. So, there's that. So, next up is SmackDown to Impact Wrestling. Again, 10 people being drafted. Let's see who we got. We have Heath Slater. And of course, Rhino has decided not to be drafted with Heath Slater. So, number 2 is Connor and Victor. The Ascension. Number 3 is The Miz. Number 4 is Eddie Guerrero. Coming in at number 5 is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And here we go, number 6 is the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch. Alright, number 7 is Dolph Ziggler. Only 3 more. Let's see who's going to be number 8. And it is Tyler Breeze. Only 2 more to go. Let's see who's number 9. And it is Tiger Jackson. Of course, Tiger Jackson has not debuted yet. So let's see what Impact Wrestling has to bring him. And here we go. Final one. And it is Edge. So, running through the drafts again is Heath Slater, The Ascension, Connor and Victor, The Miz, Eddie Guerrero, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch, Dolph Ziggler, Tyler Breeze, Tiger Jackson, and Edge. And now it is time for our intermission. And yeah, I can get rid of that one. It is now time for our women to be drafted. I believe 5 each, if I added this up right. So here we go. We're at the Raw women. And of course only 5 will be drafted to SmackDown and Impact Wrestling. There are no tag teams or anything. So whoever's drafted is drafted. So here we go. Number 1 going from Raw to SmackDown is Charlotte. Number 2 is Summer Rae. Here we go. Number 3 is Dana Brooke. Here we go, down to our final 2. Next one is Bea Priestley. And here we go, last one, going from Raw to SmackDown is Paige. So, rundown of people going to Raw, or from Raw to SmackDown: Charlotte, Summer Rae, Dana Brooke, Bea Priestley, and Paige. Now moving on to Raw to Impact Wrestling. Again, only 5 people will be drafted. So here we go. First one will be Asuka. Number 2 is Billie Kay, which she has not debuted yet, I believe. So, hopefully Impact Wrestling will definitely debut her. So, down to our last 3. Coming in at number 3 is Nikki Bella. Last 2 now. Number 4 is Crazy Mary Dobson, which has not debuted as well. And here we go, final one, which is Saraya Knight, which I believe has not debuted as well. I could be wrong. So, giving you a rundown from Raw to Impact Wrestling is Asuka, Billie Kay, Nikki Bella, Crazy Mary Dobson, and Saraya Knight. Now moving on to our SmackDown women. Going to SmackDown to Raw. And again, 5 people will be drafted. So here we go. Number 1 going to Raw from SmackDown is Taya. Next up, number 2 is AJ Lee. Yeah, let's go ahead and mute the sound. I don't know, it's probably annoying, but here we go. Number 3 is Tamina. And now number 4. That sounds back. Oh well. Michelle McCool, who has not debuted yet, I don't think. And finally, our last one is Natalya. So, going from SmackDown to Raw is Taya, AJ Lee, Tamina, Michelle McCool, and Natalya. And now moving on to SmackDown to Impact Wrestling. Again, 5 people being drafted. First one is Alexa Bliss. Number 2, Maurice. Number 3 is Liv Morgan. Only 2 more to go. Let's see who will be number 4. Emma. And now down to our last one being drafted to Impact Wrestling. It is Carmella. So, a rundown. Alexa Bliss, Maurice, Liv Morgan, Emma, and Carmella all going to Impact Wrestling. So now we move on to Impact Wrestling Women. First off, going from Impact Wrestling to Raw. And again, 5 people being drafted. First one being Sarita. Next up, number 2 is Ali. Coming in at number 3 is Crystal Dallas, which has not debuted. Coming in at number 4 is Alyssa Flash. Also, something I should go ahead and mention is you may not see some names on here, like that were on like the actual show. That's because I got rid of some people that were on the show to like slim down the roster a little. Either that or they are a champion. So that's why. So, last one going to Raw from Impact Wrestling is the entire DK faction. Rosemary, Abyss, and Crazy Steve. So here we go, rundown of people that were drafted. Sarita, Ali, Crystal Dallas, Alyssa Flash, and the entire DK faction, Rosemary, Abyss, and Crazy Steve. Now moving on to Impact Wrestling 2 SmackDown. First one being Christina Von Eerie. Next up we have number 2, which is Brooke. Number 3 is Winter, which has not debuted yet. Coming in at number 4 is Deonna Purrazzo. And here we go, last one from Impact Wrestling 2 SmackDown is Brandy Rhodes. So, a little rundown of people that were drafted: Christina Von Eerie, Brooke, Winter, Deanna Purrazzo, and Brandy Rhodes. Alright, everyone, we are now down to our last couple of drafts. From Impact Wrestling going to Raw. First off is Sting. Next up, number 2 is Scott Steiner. Number 3 is Rob Van Dam. Coming in at number 4 is Ethan Carter III. Number 5 is Kurt Angle. Now number 6 is Raven. Now moving on to number 7 is the Dudley Boys. Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley. Now coming in at number 8 is Will Ospreay. Now here we go, down to our last 2. Number 9, Eli Drake. And here we go, the last one is the Helms Dynasty, Andrew Everett, Trevor Lee, and Hurricane Helms. So now, giving you a rundown of going from Impact Wrestling to Raw. Sting, Scott Steiner, Rob Van Dam, Ethan Carter III, Kurt Angle, Raven, the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon, Will Ospreay, Eli Drake, and the Helms Dynasty, Andrew Everett, Trevor Lee, and Hurricane Helms. Now moving on to Impact Wrestling 2 SmackDown. Again, 10 people will be drafted. First up is Austin Aries. Number 2 is Tigre Uno. Coming in at number 3 is Bobby Lashley. Number 4 is Moose. Number 5 Rockstar Spud. Number 6 is Shark Boy. Coming in at number 7 is the Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. Now we have number 8, which is Alex Shelley. And of course, Chris Sabin is still the Impact World Champion, so he will not be drafted. Next up, number 9 is Jimmy Havoc. And down to our last one, And it is Scott Hall. But here's the thing. I was supposed to name a new Raw General Manager. And Scott Hall is that Raw General Manager. So unfortunately, Scott Hall will not be drafted to SmackDown. So now, we decide the real number 10. Which is the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Alright, running through the drafts again is Austin Aries, Tigre Uno, Bobby Lashley, Moose, Rockstar Spud, Shark Boy, The Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, Alex Shelley, Jimmy Havoc, and the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. So, that has been the 2017 WWE Draft, and I will see you all on not Monday Night Raw, but the brand new brand.